You're doing the right thing.
We call it stork money, where you pause the baby steps and just stack up cash. So how much do you have in savings?
Yeah. Right now, I think probably collectively with all of our accounts, probably close to 8,000.
Great. And that's going to continue for the next month.
Yeah, and so another, I guess kind of the other question I have is like, after the baby comes, kind of like how, is there like a good piece of advice for how long to kind of like stay home before going back to work?
It's up to you and what you guys decide that you can afford and what your goals are. Truly.
And what your, workplace policies are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a maternity leave?
I work for myself. I just teach private music lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And then my husband just started a new job about a month ago. Thankfully, they're willing to work with him with the baby and everything. So it's been a little tricky trying to figure that out. But yeah, so we're kind of, his is more the kind of like, okay, how long is he able to take off before he has to go back?
I mean, I'd say set a plan, sit down and set a plan, but also hold it loosely. Like I remember I said I was going to be back after, I'm in music as well. I was back then. And I remember thinking, oh, I'll be back. I just need
2 weeks later.
8 weeks. And it ended up going from 8 weeks to 12 weeks because you just don't know. So
well,
I'd say
if it's a
set a
C-section,
plan.
it's going to take longer to recover. So
exactly.
I'm hoping and praying that everything goes super smoothly and that it's a very quick recovery. But also, we got a plan for it. If this takes a month or 2 or 3 or 4, we got to be prepared for that too.
Yep. Yeah, I've already told my students, since my baby's due around Thanksgiving, I've told them, okay, from Thanksgiving on, I'm not going to be doing lessons until sometime in January, maybe February, depending on how long I need.
Something you could do, my creative brain just opened up real quick. Something could do is between now and then, create something that's online or like that they can have while you're gone, but it doesn't require you being there. So maybe it's a little webinar series that they can do, or like just a little course that they can take while you're not there, but it still brings in some money. I don't know, just a thought from a fellow music creative.
But it sounds like you guys have this dialed in. You got $8,000 in savings. Family's there to support. You've got a great system going on. I assume you already did like the shower and stuff, right?
Yeah, so we have probably 80 to 90% of what we need.
Amazing. And probably 2,000 more items than you even will ever use or need. That's kind of what happened.
I know. We definitely have some things that we don't need, but will definitely be fun to use.
Well, then you can return it, get credit, gift cards, and use that toward the things that really matter, which is really just diapers. So many diapers.
You know what, George?
Nobody warned me.
I think I have opposite. I think that so many people talked about the cost of diapers so much.
Well, it wasn't the cost. It was the amount you go through.
The amount, okay, yeah. I think in the end I was like, the diapers weren't the thing for me. It was everything else.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Well, my wife is fairly crunchy, so she wants like the European brand formula that's like $4,000 an ounce. It's like liquid gold. And so we got a budget extra in the Camel family for her crunchiness.
Here's what you need to budget extra for. Mama.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mama needs things that are going to make her comfortable during the most uncomfortable months of her life. So it's
spa
like
gift card for a massage, postnatal massage.
Yes, get you some nice pajamas, get you the best pump that money can buy that you like. Like, don't forget about Mama during these
Splurge
times.
on Mama.
Splurge on Mama.
Yeah. My wife, we got to pay for physical therapy now because her back is jacked up from carrying the baby.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
a lot.
Something you got to think about.
Get yourself a nice baby carrier, whatever you decide.
Yep.
Oh man, those days
Jade's
and
missing
months.
it. She's like, simpler times.
A little bit, I am. Don't let Sam Warshaw see this. He's gonna be like, uh-oh.
I love it. All right, let's move on to Wayne in Fort Worth. What's going on, Wayne?
How are you doing today?
Doing well. How can we help?
Yeah, my wife and I are going to need to make a quick move, and our situation is that we have no debt and haven't had debt for many years. We have roughly $175,000 in savings, plus $500,000 in investment portfolio, $500,000 in other assets that are liquidatable.
Wow!
And we have a paid off home that's worth about $425,000.
Incredible.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, God's been good. And we've been listening to Ramsey's show for, I don't even know how long, 20 plus years.
Way to go.
And your baby steps millionaires.
That's right. It's been great. My question is, and this is where my wife wanted the Ramsey advice, and I know you guys are there for that. We need to make this move, and it's going to have to happen pretty quick. And so the house that we're looking at is $490,000. Our house is worth, even if liquidated, we would get $400 back.
Yeah.
Can I? Two questions. One is, can I borrow against myself, against my own portfolio, and use my cash to purchase this other house while I'm waiting for this one to sell, and then just pay myself back? You know what I'm saying? So if I bought, and what's a reasonable percentage of net worth that you should have invested in a home, considering it's paid off? And I think I had heard Dave one time said,
Wayne, I'm going to hold you over to this next segment because I love this question. I love the way you're thinking. So hang on the line. We'll be right back with you. Sorry I ran out of time, but I'm going to answer this as soon as we come back. This is The Ramsey Show.
George, we talk a lot about identity theft, but yours actually got stolen.
Well, I do not recommend it, but I worked at Ramsey at the time, and so I was covered by Xander ID Theft Protection, so thanks, Dave, for covering all of us here.
Well, it's a great benefit for everybody because Jeff Xander and I have been working together for, 25 years. When the internet came on and identity theft became this real serious problem, he and I started talking about it, and he went and figured out a way to build an identity theft protection for the Ramsey tribe. That's how the whole thing started at Xander, and it's the most complete and cost-effective protection out there.
Yeah. So Xander ID Theft, they bundle all the cyber tools I need. They've got VPN encryption, 24/7 customer and recovery services, and even home title monitoring. So even if your ID does get stolen, they help you like they did me by restoring your life back to normal.
So guys, you can't go without ID theft protection in today's world. Xander.com or call 800-356-4282 for the most complete identity theft protection.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is still going strong, and LifeLock has a message about phishing. The scams cyber criminals use to trick victims into allowing access to their devices so they can steal your personal information. Being aware of potential phishing scams is one way to help protect your personal information. LifeLock alerts you to more uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft issues that arise. Start protecting your identity with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my first name, Clay, as your promo code. Terms apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1968.
California's Creedence Clearwater Revival released their debut LP, which contains the number 11 single, Susie Q. And in August, American band Tommy James and the Shondells have a #1 hit in the UK with Moni Moni. It goes to #8 in the US. And the Doors have their first #1 album and their second and last #1 single with Hello, I Love You. In November of '68, Van Morrison releases his second solo album, Astral Weeks, and Joe Cocker has a UK #1 with his cover of the Beatles with A Little Help from My Friends. And in December, Motown holds the top spot with #1 hits from Marvin Gaye, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and the Supremes with Love Child. The Beatles released their first single on their own Apple label, Hey Jude, back with Revolution. The over 7-minute song went to #1 in the US and the UK.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1968 coming up. You're listening to The Ramsey Show on News Talk 1400, 104.5 and 105.9, WJMX.
Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. Right before the break, we were talking with Wayne in Fort Worth, Texas. Let me recap what's going on in Wayne's life. He's crushing it. They're baby steps to millionaires. $175,000 in liquid savings, $500,000 in an investment account, $500,000 in other accounts, other things. $425,000 in the house, and they're wondering, should they purchase a $490,000 house, and if so, how are they going to do this? So, Wayne, is that a fair and accurate summary?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So you had two questions. One was, should I sort of borrow against my own investment account? The word borrow scares me. What you're really doing is saying, I'm going to use a portion of my investments to purchase this home with cash. Correct? Plus the equity in your home?
Well, I would rather, I could, use equity in my home with a bridge loan and cash to do this, or I could use my, truly borrow against my own account, in my own brokerage account, just for the short time. So I'm not actually selling assets and taking the tax hit. I would be borrowing against the brokerage account and then utilizing the sale of the home to pay it back, in a matter of a month or two.
Why do all the gymnastics when you can just pay cash so easily? With the equity in your home, plus a little bit of money, I mean, just from your savings, you could do this. You don't have to touch the investments or borrow against it.
I would have to do a bridge loan. Are you going to go to that?
You said it's $490 for the house. You said you'll get probably $400 in net profit from the sale of yours, so you need an extra $90.
There's going to be a gap of time between making this purchase and the sale of mine.
So would you
So you're going to
feel
purchase it
comfortable?
first, you're saying? Before you sell yours, you need to make this purchase?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you feel comfortable just taking the almost $500,000 and paying cash, and then when your other house sells, replenishing it?
Not really, because I don't want to take, we would be taking a pretty big hit on pulling out money out of the investment portfolio,
What are the other assets you said you had? When you said you had $500,000 invested, you said you had another $500,000 in liquid investments. I'm assuming, when you say liquid, I'm assuming, hey, I can get to this, and it's not really gonna cause a problem.
I can move it, but it's probably a 3-month window on that stuff. Yeah, credit cards, that kind of thing. So,
Okay, I see.
Okay.
I know that market very well, and I know that really is just the fun. But if you have to look at it, quick turnaround,
Okay.
before it's
Why is there a gap between buying this new home and selling yours?
when we put this home up for sale, it's a matter of 3 weeks to 3 months. To move it. And I have another trust issue in another portion of the country. I can make that move soon. That's kind of like less than really wonderful. I did find a place that I feel really good about. It was $490.
And just for clarity, the reason that you're wanting to borrow against your brokerage versus just take out a conventional mortgage is interest rate, I'm guessing, yes?
You know what? We got that thing where we haven't had any, not really, in 6 years now, and it's pretty great. And I just don't even want to pay the points on a anything. I don't want to pay the.
What were you saving up, and what was the investment for? Because I like to have a goal when I invest money versus just having a pile sitting out there. So are you investing in retirement on top of all this?
It was the 500, basically the 500 that Mr. Church had, and the 500 in I think all of that is for retirement. And not to mention, we still have some income. We still, around 280 in regular income now. So,
I mean, the truth of this is, just because you paid off the house, it doesn't mean you can never have a mortgage again. If people upgrade in house, they buy a starter house, they pay it off, and then when they want to upgrade, they take a small mortgage out. Well, and that the small part of that is relative to their income and net worth, obviously. So you're not evil if you say, I have a paid off house and I'm going to buy another house, and then I'm selling this one and I have a mortgage for it. That's your choice. Looking at your numbers, I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world. But if it were me, I wanted to find a way to take some of the hard-earned cash that I have, and I wanted to for a cash. So
Just call 800.
You don't like having to do it. Even though it's be pretty arbitrary about whether your current home will sell, but relatively
Contingent.
Company carries by plans. New contracts and exclusions at carpet.com.
New owner.
Now, so he can educate you.
Now, for this one, things you can do to avoid all of the hoopla. But if you wanted to get a mortgage, and then as soon as your house is paid off, and, you know, as soon as your house sells, knock out the mortgage, it's good for something like
I agree with that. The second part of my question
Their advice is that if you owe back taxes put in for the
$1 million pounds that happen to be, let's say, that at least have million, about a third of their net worth was tied up in there. But there's no rule that says this. Be careful because
even if you have an filed in 1, 5, or 10 voice, they can help. Now,
Wolvers, or they're far away.
line to the IRS, they know what agents to talk to and what to avoid. It's effective. A lot of these groups out there get taxed with USA. Stands alone. They're not going back home. They secure settlement for you, which can save you thousands. Right? That's how they help your farmers. $1 billion in tax debt for people just like you. Don't wait until the IRS closes in. Give Tax Network USA a call. It's absolutely free. Talk with one of their strategists. Let's see how they can help. Putting this nightmare behind you. I know it's ruining your life. It's stressful as hell. Get some help. Here's their number, ready? 1-800-780-8888. Hello. 1-800-780-8888. 1-800-780-8888. Or if you prefer,
we have a lot of people
Yes. Well, I don't know.
And then beyond that, let's say if you have one of those, you can invest there.
we asked them a lot, but I'm not going to for the last 2 years.
Go ahead.
I'm proud. Thanks for the call, man. I want to be Wayne when I grow up. That was really good stuff. These are good problems to have. All right, let's get to our question of the day here. Student loan debt is an epidemic. We know it. Defaulting on debt makes you feel even worse. And our question for today comes around 5.
I have watched
couldn't get anywhere else. So go to lotteryfi.com. Enough.
decision.